Hey, how are you? In this video, we will be explain the complete story of Top Gun Maverick 2022 and gross worth of Top Gun Maverick. Top Gun Maverick is a 2022 American action drama film directed by Joseph Kosinski and written by Aaron Kruger, Eric Warren Singer, and Christopher McQuarrie from a story by Peter Craig and Justin Marks, a sequel to Top Gun 1986. The film stars Tom Cruise as Captain Pete Maverick Mitchell, reprising his role from the original alongside Miles Teller, Jennifer Connelly, John Hamm, Glenn Powell, Monica Barbaro, Lewis Pullman, Ed Harris, and Val Kilmer. Set 30 years after its predecessor, it follows Maverick's return to the United States Navy Strike Fighter Tactics Instructor Program, also known as Top Gun, where he must confront his past as he trains a group of younger aviators, among them the son of Maverick's deceased best friend Goose. Directed by Joseph Kosinski, screenplay by Aaron Kruger, Eric Warren Singer, Christopher McQuarrie, story by Peter Craig, Justin Marks, based on characters by Jim Cash, Jack Apes Jr., produced by Jerry Bruckheimer, Tom Cruise, Christopher McQuarrie, David Ellison, starring Tom Cruise, Miles Teller, Jennifer Connelly, John Hamm, Glenn Powell, Lewis Pullman, Ed Harris, Val Kilmer. Production companies Skydance Media, Don Simpson, Jerry Bruckheimer Films, distributed by Paramount Pictures. Release date April 28, 2022, CinemaCon, May 27, 2022, United States. Running time 131 minutes. Country United States. Language English. Budget $170 million. Box office $557.2 million. Development for a Top Gun sequel was announced in 2010 by Paramount Pictures. Cruise and Kilmer were approached to return in the roles from the original, as were producer Jerry Bruckheimer and directed Tony Scott. By mid-2012, a draft of the screenplay was finished. However, Scott died by suicide and the film's pre-production was put on hold. The film is dedicated to Scott's memory. In June 2017, Kosinski was hired and wrote a new draft of the script. Principal photography took place from May 2018 to April 2019 in California, Washington DC, and Maryland. The film was shot using IMAX certified 6K full-frame cameras. Its release, initially scheduled for July 12, 2019, was delayed first by efforts to shoot several complex action sequences and then by the COVID-19 pandemic and scheduling conflicts. Top Gun Maverick premiered at CinemaCon on April 28, 2022 and was theatrically released in the United States on IMAX, 4DX, ScreenX, and Dolby Cinema on May 27, 2022 by Paramount Pictures. It will also be released on Paramount Plus after its theatrical run. The film was released to widespread critical praise, with many reviewers deeming it superior to its predecessor. The film has grossed $557.2 million worldwide, making it the fourth highest grossing film of 2022. Plot: over 3 decades after the events of the first film, Captain Pete Maverick Mitchell is serving as a US Navy test pilot who has avoided promotion to continue flying as Rear Admiral Chester Hammer. Hammer Kane approaches to shut down the hypersonic Dark Star scramjet program and redirect the funds to drone programs. Maverick flies the prototype to its speed objective, then pushes further into high hypersonic speed, destroying it. Kane wants to ground Maverick for his recklessness, but instead sends him to Nass North Island as a Top Gun instructor, as ordered by Maverick's friend and former rival, Admiral Tom Iceman Kazansky, the commander of the US Pacific Fleet. Maverick is ordered to train an elite group of F/A-18E/F Super Hornet aviators assembled by Vice Admiral B.O. Cyclone Simpson and Rear Admiral Admiral Solomon Warlock waits for an urgent mission to bomb a foreign country's unsanctioned uranium enrichment plant. The plant sits in a deep depression at the end of a canyon and is defended by surface-to-air missiles and fifth-generation fighters operating from a nearby airbase. Maverick plans an attack with two pairs of Super Hornets, which will fly through a canyon and destroy the plant. The aviators initially rebuff Maverick, particularly by the self-confident Lieutenant Jake Hangman Saracen and by Lieutenant Bradley Rooster Bradshaw, who is the son of Maverick's late best friend and Rio Nick Goose Bradshaw. As the aviators train for the mission, friction develops between Hangman and Rooster, who resents Hangman's cavalier attitude towards his wingman, while Hangman criticizes Rooster's caution. As the aviators observe Maverick's skill, they reassess and coalesce. Meanwhile, Maverick reunites with former girlfriend Penny Benjamin, to whom he reveals that Rooster's now dead mother made him promise to keep her son from flying. To that end, he blocked Rooster's application to the Naval Academy, setting back his career. Maverick later meets with Iceman, who has throat cancer and communicates by typing but reassures Maverick about teaching the team. Days later, Iceman dies. Maverick and the team attend his funeral. With Iceman gone, Cyclone removes Maverick as mission trainer and sets new parameters that are less risky on approach but riskier on egress. However, Maverick makes an unauthorized flight of the simulated course with the original parameters, proving that it could be done. Cyclone is convinced and reluctantly appoints Maverick as strike leader. Maverick chooses the mission team and is paired with Phoenix and her WSO Bob, while Rooster is paired with Payback and his WSO Fanboy. Hangman and the remaining aviators are put on standby. The team launches from the aircraft carrier USS Theodore Roosevelt, while the cruiser USS Leitgulf fires Tomahawk cruise missiles to destroy the airbase near the plant. The team reaches the plant and destroys it, but are attacked by surface-to-air missiles and a pair of patrolling Su-57s. When Rooster runs out of countermeasures, Maverick sacrifices his jet to protect him and ejects. Believing Maverick to be killed in action, the remaining aircraft return to the carrier against orders. Rooster turns back and saves Maverick from an Mi-24 helicopter gunship, but is shot down by another surface-to-air missile and ejects nearby. The two reunite and head towards the destroyed airbase, where the steal on F-14 Tomcat and head back to the carrier. Maverick and Rooster shoot down two intercepting Su-57s, but a third arrives as they run out of weapons and countermeasures. Hangman arrives from standby to shoot down the Su-57, and the planes return to cheers on the carrier, where Maverick and Rooster reconcile. Sometime after the mission, Maverick and Rooster work together on a P-51 Mustang at a hangar near the test facility where Maverick was previously stationed. Penny arrives with her daughter Amelia, and Maverick takes her for a ride in the P-51. Rooster walks to a photo board and acknowledges a photo of their mission's success alongside a photo of his late father and a younger Maverick. Development of the film began in 2010 when Paramount Pictures made offers to Jerry Bruckheimer and Tony Scott to make a sequel to Top Gun, with Tom Cruise reprising his role. When asked about this idea for a new Top Gun film, Scott replied, "This world fascinated me because it's so different from what it was originally, but I don't want to do a remake. I don't want to do a reinvention. I want to do a new movie. The film was reported to focus on the end to the dogfighting era and the role of drones in modern aerial warfare, and that Cruise's character Maverick will fly an F/A-18 Super Hornet after Scott's suicide in 2012. The sequel's future remained in question, but producer Jerry Bruckheimer remained committed to the project, especially given Cruise's and Kimmer's interest. In June 2017, Cruise revealed that the sequel would be titled as Top Gun Maverick, as he did not need a number in all sequel titles. He added that the film is going to be a competition film, similar to the first one, but clarified it as a progression for Maverick. By July 2017, Joseph Kosinski was announced as the director after previously collaborating with Cruise on Oblivion 2013. Kosinski met with Cruise on the set of Mission Impossible Fallout, providing a lookbook, a poster and a title, Top Gun Maverick. Prior to his hiring, Cruise then contacted Jim Giannopoulos and requested to make the film. On June 19, 2019, at Cine Europe and Barcelona, attendees were able to watch for the first time some early footage of the film from a special Paramount presentation. During the presentation, the president of International Theatrical Distribution Mark Vian and co-president of Worldwide Marketing and Distribution Mary Daly appeared in flight clothes as a part of promotion. In 2019, China's Tencent invested 12.5% of the film but later pulled out of the project at the end of that year over concerns that the film's themes could anger the Chinese Communist Party. Filming to create the illusion that the actors were actually piloting the jets during flying scenes. The producers paid the Navy $11,374 per flight hour for F/A-18E/F Super Hornets and pilots to fly them. At least one F/A-18F was rigged with special cameras to film an actor in the backseat. Cruise designed a unique 3-month boot camp to train the actors with flying roles, to get them used to aerobatics and high G-forces, and to build the spatial awareness they would need to operate the camera equipment. Some of the training was required by the Navy for passengers in tactical jets, including underwater evacuation. Barbaro said the cast endured acrobatics, riding the extra 300L, including right before flights in the F/A-18F to ensure their bodies had the required tolerance. The actors also had to learn lighting, cinematography and editing to properly run the cameras, because as Bruckheimer put it, when they are up in the jet, they have to direct themselves essentially. Preliminary production on the film officially started on May 30, 2018 in San Diego, California. During late August, a 15-person film crew from Paramount and Bruckheimer Films were aboard the Norfolk-based aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln to shoot flight deck operations. In mid-February 2019, Cruise and the production crew were sighted on board USS Theodore Roosevelt and Nassau North Island. In March, filming was completed at Naval Air Station Whidbey Island in Oak Harbor, Washington. On June 19, 2019, Miles Teller revealed in an interview that he had finished filming 2 days earlier. Principal photography was scheduled until April 15, 2019 in San Diego, Lemoore, China Lake, Lake Tahoe in California, Seattle, Washington and Pax River, Maryland. The post-production and editing works was supervised by Kosinski at his home during the COVID-19 pandemic lockdown. The film was shot in IMAX format using IMAX certified Sony Venice 6K full-frame cameras. Kosinski explained that the team spent more than a year with the Navy forces to use the IMAX cameras inside the cockpit, with 4 cameras facing toward the actors and facing forward, in addition to cameras mounted all over the exteriors of the aircraft. He explained that the audience should feel the authentically strange speed and gravitational forces, something that that cannot be achieved through soundstage or visual effects, which needed a tremendous amount of effort and work. He added that more than 800 hours of footage has been shot for the film, exceeding the combined footage shoot for the films in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Aerial footage was recorded using modified Arrow L-39 Albatros jets with cameras on their noses. The fictional Dark Star aircraft, partially based on the unnamed Lockheed Martin SR-72, was designed with the assistance of engineers from Lockheed Martin and its Shunk Works division. A full-scale mock-up of the aircraft was built and filmed at China Lake. Theatrical Top Gun Maverick was released theatrically by Paramount Pictures in the United States on May 27, 2022, with advance screenings starting the day before it was originally scheduled to be released on July 12, 2019, but was delayed to June 26, 2020 in order to shoot several complex action sequences. By March 2020, Paramount moved the film up 2 days early on June 24, 2020 and was then moved to December 23 due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic declared by the World Health Organization. On July 23, 2020, the film was delayed again to July 2, 2021 due in part to scheduling conflicts with Cruise as well as the recent delays of Mulan and Tenet due to the rise of COVID-19 cases, and was further delayed to November 19, 2021 before finalizing the May 2022 release date. The film had its world premiere at CinemaCon on April 28, 2022, followed by a global premiere hosted at the San Diego Civic Theater in San Diego, California on May 4, which was also streamed live through YouTube. It also screened at the Cannes Film Festival on May 18 in an official selection screening, where it received a 5-minute standing ovation from the audience. The Cannes premiere included a tribute to Cruise and his career. The following day, it had a royal premiere in London's Leicester Square, with the cast meeting Prince William and Duchess of Cambridge. ScreenX Theatres and AMC Theatres held early access event screenings at limited locations across the United States on May 24, 2022. Home media, Netflix, Apple TV Plus, and HBO Max attempted to purchase the distribution rights to the film, but Paramount refused to sell them. Bruckheimer, when asked about them and other streaming services attempting to purchase the distribution rights to the film at the film's premiere at CinemaCon, said that the film had always been a big screen destination. At the film's premiere at Cannes, Cruise also denied that the film was going to streaming. The film will be available at Paramount Plus, but only more than 45 days after its theatrical release.